every witch's journey, there comes a moment when the path turns inward, when the cauldron of self begins to bubble with questions. Who am I beneath the masks I wear? What is stirring within me that seeks to be known? This is where journaling and divination become more than practices. They become mirrors. One reflects the voice of your soul, the other the whispers of the unseen. Through ink and intuition, we begin to weave together a tapestry of understanding. Each word a thread, each card a symbol, each pendulum swing a conversation with the mystery itself. If you've ever felt called to explore your inner world through witch journaling or wanted to learn divination for beginners, this is your sacred invitation. Together we'll explore how tarot, pendulums, and runes can guide you toward deeper self-awareness and how journaling can turn those insights into transformation. So light your candle, open your grimoire or your favorite notebook, and let's begin. Before you pick up your deck or pendulum, pause. Because the true act of divination doesn't begin with tools. It begins with intention. Journaling is one of the oldest magical arts. In ancient times, witches and mystics kept books of shadows not only to record spells, but to reflect upon their dreams, omens, and emotions. They understood that self-knowledge is power, the foundation of every spell, ritual, and manifestation. Your journal becomes your sacred mirror, a space where the conscious mind meets the subconscious, where logic meets intuition, and where the divine speaks through your pen. Before every divination session, write down, what am I seeking to understand today? What emotions am I carrying into this reading? What am I ready to see clearly? These questions turn a casual card pull into a sacred dialogue with your higher self. When you begin combining journaling with divination, you move beyond fortune-telling. You enter the realm of self-discovery magic, where every symbol becomes a reflection of your inner world. The tarot is not a deck of destiny. It's a map of consciousness. Each card is an archetype, a story, a mirror of the human soul. For beginners, tarot can feel intimidating, but when used for self-discovery, the focus shifts from prediction to reflection. You are asking, what is happening within me? Light a candle. Shuffle your cards slowly, breathing with intention. Before you draw, ask, what lesson or truth does my higher self want me to understand today? Pull one card. Don't rush to look up its meaning. Instead, describe it in your journal. What is the mood of this card? What symbols or colors stand out? What emotion arises when you gaze upon it? Then ask yourself, how does this energy already exist within me? This bridges the outer image with your inner experience, the key to turning tarot into a tool of transformation rather than mere prediction. For daily or weekly self-exploration, try this simple yet powerful spread. For shadow, ask, what am I not seeing or avoiding within myself? For lesson, ask, what is life teaching me right now? For integration, how can I embody this wisdom moving forward? After pulling, spend time journaling each card as if it were a voice speaking directly to you. For example, the Hermit tells me to pause, to trust that solitude is sacred, not lonely. Over time, you'll begin to notice patterns, recurring archetypes, emotional cycles, or themes of growth. Your tarot journal becomes a living record of your evolution. While tarot speaks in archetypes, the pendulum whispers in yes and no. It's the simplest form of divination, yet its simplicity hides profound wisdom. The pendulum responds to energy fields, your subconscious, your intuition, and the subtle vibrations of truth. But the key is calibration and intention. Hold your pendulum over your palm or a printed yes, no, maybe chart. Ask it to show you yes, watch its movement. Then ask it to show you no. Once you know its natural direction, you've opened the doorway to dialogue. Before every session, take a few grounding breaths and state your intention. I ask to connect only with energies of truth, light, and love. Pendulum journaling can be surprisingly revealing. Here are some prompts to explore. What does my body need today to feel balanced? Which chakra needs my attention? Am I aligned with the decision I'm about to make? Is this fear mine, or am I carrying someone else's energy? After each question, write down not just the pendulum's answer, but also how your body felt during it. Did your heart lift? Did tension rise? Over time, your journal will teach you something profound, that the pendulum is simply amplifying what your inner wisdom already knows. Runes are the ancient alphabet of the Norse people, but to a witch, they are also symbols of vibration and fate. Each rune carries a sound, a meaning, and an energy pattern that reflects a fundamental truth of existence. When used for self-discovery, runes help us decode our current life chapter through ancient archetypes of transformation. Start with a small set. Even 3 runes are enough. Before drawing, center yourself and ask, what wisdom do I need to embody today? Draw 1 rune and record its traditional meaning, a keyword or emotion that arises, and a reflection on how this applies to your current experience. For example, Fehu, the rune of abundance and new beginnings, might appear when you're cultivating self-worth. Isa, the rune of stillness, could remind you that patience is its own form of magic. Try this 3-rune layout for deeper journaling. Where I stand now, what blocks my flow, what energy I must call upon. Then write, if this were a story, what would this chapter be teaching me? Runes connect us not just with personal insight, but with ancestral wisdom, a reminder that we are threads in an ancient web of becoming. Your witch journaling practice doesn't need to be ornate or complicated. It simply needs to be yours, a container for truth. Here are a few ways to structure it. The daily page. Each day, record the following: date, moon phase, and your mood. Single question for divination, the symbol you drew like tarot, rune, or pendulum answer. And write a reflection. What might this mean for me today? The symbol tracker. Keep a page or section to record recurring cards or runes. Write down each time they appear and what was happening in your life. You'll start seeing patterns, synchronicities that feel almost like cosmic breadcrumbs. The dream and divination merge. Combine dream journaling with your readings. After a vivid dream, pull a card or rune to interpret its energy. Ask, what part of me is speaking through this dream? The seasonal journal. Create sections based on Sabbats or moon cycles. For example, during Samhain, focus on ancestral messages. During Beltane, explore creativity and desire. Let the wheel of the year guide your themes of self-discovery. The magic of divination isn't in predicting the future. It's in awakening presence. Each time you pull a card or swing a pendulum, you are pausing long enough to listen. That moment of stillness is sacred. To deepen your connection, create small rituals. Begin with breath work or a cup of herbal tea. Cleanse your space with smoke, sound, or intention. End each session by giving thanks to yourself, to your tools, to spirit. Then close your journal with a short affirmation. I trust the wisdom that flows through me. The consistency of this ritual creates energetic alignment, a rhythm between the seen and unseen, the physical and the spiritual. Journaling with divination isn't always about light. Sometimes the cards or runes will point to pain, resistance, or buried emotions. This is shadow work, the sacred alchemy of transformation. When difficult messages arise, don't shy away. Instead, ask, what is this emotion teaching me? What truth am I resisting? How can I bring love to this part of myself? Remember, your shadow isn't your enemy. It's your greatest ally in becoming whole. Each shadow you integrate becomes a source of strength and compassion. Write freely without censoring or judging yourself. This is how journaling becomes soul alchemy, a process of transforming fear into awareness, confusion into clarity, and pain into power. The deeper you go, the more you'll notice something miraculous, that the universe speaks in patterns and your soul understands them. Tarot cards, pendulums, and runes are not just random tools. They are languages of communication with the divine field. When you write in your journal after a reading, you are anchoring that conversation into form. You are saying, "I heard you, and I'm ready to embody this truth." This turns divination into devotion, a way of building an ongoing relationship with your intuition, your ancestors, and the living spirit of the world. To help you begin, here are 12 powerful prompts to weave journaling and divination together. What am I ready to release to grow? Which part of myself have I been silencing? What energy is guiding me this season? How can I support my body and spirit right now? What pattern keeps repeating in my life, and what lesson lies within it? What truth am I avoiding, and what would happen if I faced it? What does my higher self want me to remember today? What new energy am I being invited to embody? What hidden gift is emerging from my current challenge? What is one small act of magic I can do today to honor myself? How does my soul want to express creativity or joy? What message do my ancestors or guides have for me now? Each prompt can be paired with a single tarot card, rune, or pendulum response. Allow your intuition to guide how you interpret it, not through rigid logic, but through feeling and flow. In the end, witch journaling and divination are not about mastering tools, they are about remembering who you are. Every page you write, every card you pull, every rune you cast is a dialogue with the eternal. You are both question and answer, seeker and sage. Through the sacred act of self-inquiry, you rediscover that your intuition is your truest oracle, and that all divination is ultimately a return to yourself. So continue writing, continue listening, continue communing with the mystery, and know that every time you open your journal, you open a portal to your soul, to spirit, and to the infinite wisdom already within you.